Hi guys, this is ACGamer back with another video on Snowbreak. Now in today's video what I want to do is talk about how free to play friendly this game is. Now there is literally like only one main issue I find with this game. However, everything else is nearly perfect. I feel like if there was going to be a game that could potentially show you how to make future gacha games, Snowbreak is nearly it. Now there's one other issue, is definitely kind of huge, because a lot of majority of players will obviously say that the game does not give us nearly enough summoning resources and that it makes it very free to play unfriendly. Now I'm going to explain to you. I've done a bunch of calculations, and from my calculations the game actually gives us decent amount of cash every single month. My calculation shows that we are able to get about 4 multis every single month, so 30 days. And this is from the weekly missions, the daily missions, as well as logging in, which only gives us 100. But the weekly mission is where the bulk of your digi cash is coming from, and it is technically harder right now to do the weekly one just because you have to get all the way to 8,000 points. However, it is going to be possible and it is going to be easier to do later down the line. So in that sense, yes, 4 multi a month, sorry, without events is actually quite decent. So that is very, very good. However, we still need to talk about why players think this game is very free to play friendly and why they think the digicash resources isn't good enough, which I've already explained in my last video. Is usually down to like the one-time digicash we get not being good enough. But let me first talk about all the amazing free to play stuff in this game, because honestly this game does have some system that actually puts other gacha games to shame. So I want to highlight this first before I talk about the issue I have. Now hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content in the game, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, make sure that post notification is on. Now if you guys haven't seen my last video, I did go ahead and make a detailed calculation on the amount of digicash we can actually get in game, so go ahead and check it out. Now if you guys don't want to miss out on future amazing content on Snowbreak, make sure you are subscribed, make sure that post notification is on. If you guys find this video entertaining and helpful, then go ahead and click the like button. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes in today's video. Okay, let's get right into it. So what makes this game very free to play friendly? Well, it's the fact that you can clear content relatively easier, because there is actually good 4-star characters in the game. Now, one of the amazing things in gacha games is when there's a 4-star character that is given to you for free that is actually good. Now, this game has a bunch of good 4-star characters, and I know everyone wants to play with the 5-star characters because they have better animations, they look a lot cooler, blah 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 blah, but you can't deny that the 4-star characters in this game make content feel easy. So we have characters like her, like a bunch of 4-star characters are just absolutely good to have and makes clearing content not even hard. So in terms of free to play friendliness, the fact that the game doesn't feel or make you feel like you need to spend money to actually clear content is definitely a plus in my book. Now one thing I also want to talk about is the fact that many people don't actually know, but the logistics is exactly your gear. It's basically your gear in this game, and the fact there's only 3 slots I love, because it means it's going to be a lot easier to actually farm, or a lot easier to start working on your gear, quote unquote, because other gacha games usually have like 5 slots, 4 slots, different stuff. You have to only farm multiple stages, but to farm logistics, you basically just go to one stage and you farm that. You do have a chance of pulling the ones you don't want, but that is fine. Eventually there might be a character that uses that logistics that is good. So this game actually has a great system in place. So that itself is also why this game is free to play friendly. You don't have to feel like, damn, I'm grinding way too hard. It is, well, you're technically grinding, you're going to need a lot of stamina to progress, but like the fact that all the logistics are just found in one space, you just use your stamina, you get the logistics, and you can put it in all your characters, making it a lot easier to build up your characters and make sure you can progress faster than most gacha games, is definitely a plus in my book. Now one other thing that makes this game super free to play friendly is the fact that the moment you have a character, you can get the dupes for free. You can dupe the characters out for free, and I love this system in place, and I wish with my whole heart that many other gacha games literally take what this game does, because that itself is absolutely amazing. All you need is 1 copy, and the moment you do, your life is good. Now obviously getting that 1 copy honestly is a little bit harder than you would like to admit, which is the only issue I would find. But the moment you do, you can actually go ahead and farm the character. And there are certain characters that, yes, when you want to go with the manifestation, you want to get the first one or the second one, and then you can stop focusing on them. So that is good. So it takes about 1 month to be able to unlock one manifestation, which is basically the dupe. So you go over to here, go over to source. It is called profile, so you can basically just farm this. So I get that, that is good. You get like 1 shard every clear, but you can clear it twice a day, so that is it. So you can basically farm 2 characters in one at the same time, and that is good in my book. So being able to farm, even though it takes quite a, not even a long time, a month, that is fine in my opinion. So it does take a while, but in my opinion, that itself is very, very good. So to recap, they have great 4-star characters that makes this game full worth using, makes this game feel super easy. You don't have to summon for 5-star characters, and it is good in that sense. They have a logistic system where it doesn't make grinding feel too long or feel too hard, because everything is found in one specific stage that makes it easier to farm. And 3, they have a way for you guys to grind out shards. This itself makes the game super free to play friendly. Now let's talk about the aspect of this game that a majority of people love to mention, and that is the gacha system. Now I will say the game has released and it's been like 4 days, 5 days, and I can say the amount of first time digi cash we get is definitely low. I will absolutely admit it, especially with my calculation proving it. So my calculations showed that even clearing entire of main story, you can only do about 4 multis. So right now, the fact that I'm currently at chapter 7 means I'm only able to do 3 multis from actually doing all of this stage. And in my opinion, that is horrible. And I will not deny it. It is horrible that the fact that you can do all of this stuff and only be able to do at least like 2-3 multis is bad. Now, obviously we do have the first events available, or like what's called launch events, that is like free summons, blah blah blah, pre-registration rewards, but still it does feel like the amount of first time clear rewards you get is definitely low. Now the devs did go ahead and buff up the first time clear item you get by making it to 50. Before it was 20. 50 is still not enough in my opinion. Also by claiming this, you get like 3 or 4 you get 4 multis, and then you can go over to the operation. You can clear the combat training. You can also clear the go to dispatch, the underground purge. You can clear all of this, and you can clear the tactical evaluation. You can clear all of that stuff. You can clear the events, where if you clear chapter 612, you get 1 free multi. You can also clear the task, the main story task, this one over here. You can clear the supernova, and at the end of doing all of that, you can only get 10 multis, 11 multis. Now I couldn't calculate the target's task, but since you only get 10 per mission you do, you're probably only getting like half a multi or maybe a multi from this. So in total, you're doing so much stuff, but the game doesn't reward you with great first time clear rewards, and that is why a lot of people think this game is very free to play friendly, even though the game gives you a way to get a lot of resources to summon in a month. So 600 and 6,000 or something, which is equal to 4 multis. It still feels super free to play friendly, just because the first time clear makes it harder to summon. So the fact that we have a gacha system with 0.7% chance, yes, it is 0.7 chance, it is not 1.86. They just put it next to it to make it feel like it is. It isn't. It is 0.7, which is the same as Genshin. I believe Genshin is 0.6 or 0.65. I don't care if games are going to increase the percentage by 0.1. It doesn't matter. It's still a terrible rate. But the fact is, we have this, and we also have a weapons banner as well. The game does not even give us enough early on to do 80 summon on this banner. This first banner, we can't even reach pity. That itself makes this game feel super free to play friendly, and they need to do something about it, because their players are not going to be able to look at like the monthly stuff and think, wow, okay, I can get a lot of summons. They're going to look at the moments right now. How much summons can they do at the very moment? And the simple fact is, they can't do a lot. So by seeing that, a lot of players are going to quit, saying that the game isn't free to play friendly. So they definitely need to do something about that, or they are going to lose out on players. I feel like this game has huge potential to finally be a game that I'm happy with, in terms of very free to play friendly, in terms of getting dupes, free to play friendly in terms of grinding out the gears, which is the logistics in this game, free to play system in terms of having 4-star characters that are good. Hopefully power creep does not become a thing with future of 5-star characters that get added in the game. Now the pity system AT is 50-50. I do think 50-50 isn't a bad pity system. The only real issue I would find is the rates. I feel like I would have preferred a 3% rate, even if they couldn't make it 3%, maybe 2%, 1%, just a whole percent. I don't want to see 0. Blah blah blah. I don't like that stuff. But at the end of the day, I can't deny that the game does have a low amount of 5-star characters at the moment, only 5. So obviously they don't want you guys to go ahead and claim every single character. But don't forget, actually, this Kaguya banner is a limited banner. So they might bring out another banner where it isn't limited. The characters will enter the standard banner, but the rates could be different. However, I can't guarantee that. We have to wait and see what the devs do with the Gacha. But essentially, this game has a lot of free-to-play aspects and elements that makes this game feel fun. There is an issue though with the weapons as well, actually. 4-star weapons. We need a way to get 4-star weapons, even if it's not like even if not 5-star character 5-star weapons, just 4-star weapons at least, because majority of people are just using 3-star weapons, and 4-star weapons, no one is going to be summoning on the weapon banner right now, actually, because we can't even go to pity for the character. Why would anyone go into Gacha for weapons if they can't even get the character? The summons I've done here are all free to play summons. I didn't use any of my Digi Cash to do any summons on the weapons. So if I'm not able to pull any 4-star weapons, I'm going to be running 3-star weapons. And honestly, you get an abundant amount of 3-star weapons. It is decent, but obviously in the future you want to get 4-star. So right now, as you can see, 3-star, the only 4-star weapon I'm using is this 2, literally, and the rest are all 3 stars. So we do need to have a way to get 4-star weapons in the future, because right now I don't want to be running around with 3-star weapons, and I hope they bring out a way to be able to farm out 4 stars somewhere. The only way you can get 4-star weapons right now is from the weapon banner, but no one has enough to even summon for the characters, so why would they summon for the weapons? So in conclusion, this game is definitely free to play. However, the free-to-playness is being questioned simply because of the amount of currencies and resources they can use at the very moment is very limited. They can't even summon for the character. They can't go to pity for a character, which is extremely weird, because whenever a game is released at launch, you always have enough resource to reach pity so easily. Within like the first 3 days, you can always reach pity. But this game takes so long for you to get that resources. But once you start doing farming out weekly stuff and saving all your resources, it will become good. But at the current moment, it is kind of hurting the game. The first time clear rewards definitely need to be bumped up, and I feel like the players will continue to see how great this game is. But it's up to the devs to see this and change that. But I do love this game, and yeah, it's been your boy ACGamer. Stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. Tell me down in the comment section what you guys think. I also do not like pity, or I don't like the Genshin Impact route that games are doing. I don't like it, for those of you guys who are interested in my take on that. But it is what it is. It's been your boy ACGamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.